All right. So now, you guys are probably thinking this is really cool and great, and I love these standard shapes, but I want to make my own shapes. So rest assured, we are able to do that. I'm going to select all of these and just make them a little bit smaller so that I can, you know, work in another space over here. And now we are going to go, okay, so here is our regular, kind of shape tools. I'm going to go up into using our pen tool. So if I select our pen tool, then I am able to lay down an anchor point, and I'm just clicking wherever I want to lay down an anchor point. And great. So now I've made a unique shape with my pen tool. Now, some of you may have clicked and dragged a little. And if you click and drag, that makes a rounded shape. So this is notoriously learning how to control the click and drag pen tool is notoriously difficult, and something that I'm sure you guys will re-encounter later on as you're working through the digital media program. However, Illustrator has given us a little bit of a cheat. So the next tool over that looks just like the pen tool, but with like a little curvy line off of it, that's called the curvature tool. And the curvature tool allows you to make rounded shapes much more easily. So here we go. And I guess I'm making a snake. I guess. I don't know. Something like that. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. Never mind. Okay, great. Right. So we've got that, right? So now we know how to make rounded and shapes with straight angles, right? That are unique to whatever we're working with. Let's say we change our mind and we want to add an anchor point somewhere. So we can add an anchor point here, and maybe we add an anchor point here. That's cool. And then, so that's just the add anchor point tool, which is underneath the pen tool. And then if we switch to delete anchor point, we can delete an anchor point and we can totally change the shape of what we're working with, right? So you see how that like totally changed the shape here. However, we don't need to just add and delete anchor points to change the shape. We can also use our second selection tool. So the black arrow is our selection tool, and the white arrow right here is our direct selection tool. So as we discovered when we were working with the pen tool, each shape is made up of these little anchor points, and there's just really like a line between the anchor points, right? So this white arrow, whereas the black arrow will select the entire shape, the white arrow allows you to select specific anchor points. So I just clicked on this anchor point to select it, right? And now you can see that the other anchor points are not selected because they're white, right? So they're white, and the one that is selected is filled in blue, right? So if I pull that, and I can move that anchor point wherever I want. So now I have like the little, almost a Star Trek logo kind of thing, I guess. I've been watching Picard. I've been streaming that. So I've got Star Trek on the brain. Okay, so I just added 2 anchor points, and you can see that now that we've added 2 anchor points, I have like more options for what I can do with that shape, right? So you can add hypothetically as many anchor points as you want. Now, another great thing about the white direct selection arrow and selecting these individual anchor points is that I can change my mind about whether or not I want them to be a curved anchor point or a straight angle. So I'm going to select this straight angle. I'm going to come up here to convert, and I am going to switch it to a curve. Great. So now I've got a curve, and I can do the same thing over here. Curve, right? And this is my shape that I made a curve with. So let's see if I can select like this anchor point right here, which is a curve. And if I switch to a straight angle, it'll make it a straight angle. So just altering those to straight angles, right? So, pretty cool and pretty powerful. You can basically build anything you want with those tools.